All right, from one side of the state of college football to the other, Michigan State, very frustrating game in their loss at Iowa at Kinnick. Cade McNamara goes down. All of a sudden, you think you have a chance. I was texting you and TJ in our group chat on like, hey, I haven't watched this game. I'm out at dinner. I don't know what's going on. Is there value to jump on Michigan State money line? And your text to me was like, if we just don't turn the ball over, yeah. Well, we turned the ball over a ton. Noah Kim was awful. Trey Mosley broke his arm and fumbled at the end of the game. And then, of course, the punt return was the dagger in a very winnable game. I thought Michigan State outplayed Iowa for the most part, other than self-inflicted mistakes. Now, the thing is, you outplayed Iowa, who was essentially playing an offensive lineman at quarterback. Like, I don't want to take too much away from this of like, oh, Michigan State really outplayed a pretty great Iowa defense. Like, they had an offensive lineman at quarterback, and it was a toss-up game even without the turnovers. With the turnovers, it was too much to overcome. So I don't know. There's a lot of mess here. Obviously gross, obviously a blown opportunity. At the same time, probably time for a quarterback change. And I've come on here repeatedly and said that you should stick with Noah Kim. You shouldn't go to Katin Houser. Well, I don't know at this point. It's clear that Noah Kim isn't making the most of his opportunity. I still don't believe Katin Houser's like an upgrade, but you can't just keep trotting Noah Kim out while he keeps throwing interceptions the way he has been the last couple of games. He's not putting this team in a position to succeed. And I think a lot of people have come around on this, like even the people that are skeptical of Katin, like the actual Lansing State Journal type media types are doing this the right way and kind of writing like, hey, it's probably time to see what you've got behind Noah. And then there's the loud contingent that's been hashtag Team Katin since Peyton Thorne was in the building that are very, very loud that quarterback is the problem here. So I'll throw it to you. What do you make of all this? I want your quarterback thoughts, obviously, but where do you start with from takeaways from Michigan State football?
Well, can I do something a little bit different here, Gregory? Can I talk about Michigan State football without having the QB discourse?
I praise you for doing this. I
Let's
really
just
do.
let's just do it. Let's just do it because I'm at this point. I'm like, Noah Kim is who he is. Who even knows what Kaden Houser is? We don't even know if we're bringing in the second coming. We might be bringing in white privilege Noah Kim. Who really knows? So I'm kind of sick of discussing the quarterback thing at this point because I want to talk about other aspects of this game. When you are, let's just put it in a bubble with a phrase just to wrap everything up here. You're kind of not a good football team. I think you got some talented players. You got some guys who I think can really play the game really well. But I don't necessarily know if I would label this team as a extremely talented team. I think they have some talented players. Obviously, the situation going outside the program, there's also a cloud hanging over the program and these players, which needs to be addressed because I think a lot of people criticize this football team, but there's so much going on with this football team outside of the actual what goes on in between the lines. And that's very hard to play with. I'm assuming I haven't been through something like that, but a college kid going through this definitely probably affects them somewhat. But when you aren't the most talented team in the world, you have to damn near play perfect. Okay. Like, and I'm not saying perfect, like complete every pass or make sure you run the ball every single down, but you cannot make mental errors. You need to control the controllables. You need to not have turnovers. You need to not have, deathly penalties in this game. And we did not do that. And I also don't think the coaches did the best job. Just some play calls that I think were just a little bit irking to me. The one that sticks out in my mind is that we're up 3 on our own 40, and we have Noah Kim at quarterback. Now, for those who don't know Noah Kim's measurements, he ain't shaped like Jalen Hurts. He ain't shaped like the Josh Allens of the world. He's 100 and probably 80 pounds, maybe soaking wet. And you run a sneak with them and you get stuffed at your own yard line when you could punt to the backup quarterback. And at this point of the game, your punter has had a really, really good game, by the way, too, has pinned Iowa extremely deep, and they have not been able to move the football. But instead, you say, you know what, let's go for this. And then you miss it and you gift Iowa 3 points. And and I texted you this, Greg, and this sequence has been playing in my head since the moment this game happened. Okay. They get their 3 points to tie the game. Noah Kim legacy drive. The Kinnick Magic, Kinnick Kim, the legend's about to be born. 3rd and 3, okay? False start. Tragic. We go from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8. What are we going to draw up here on 3rd and 8? Timeout. Play clock's going down. We didn't get the play call in time. All right, let's regroup. Let's get it together. 3rd and 8. Coming out of the timeout. What are we going to run? Another false start. All right, now we're way behind the sticks. We were 3rd and 13, or 3rd and 3. Now we're 3rd and 13. Okay, what are we going to draw up? Nice little out route to Montorie Foster Jr. Kim overthrow. All right, this is really, really ass. But it's Iowa's quarterback. He hasn't really moved this team down the field all day. Okay, here's what we got. Our punter. He had that 15-yard shank last time, but before that, he had Pat McAfee tweeting about him that he's the best punter he's seen in a while. And I honestly was saying the same thing. I tweeted punter you, and I regret that tweet still to this moment that I'm talking to you right now. Proceeds to send a 30-yard line drive punt to one of the most dangerous white boys in the country on the football field with a 20-yard head start because there wasn't anybody on the screen when he caught this ball. Touchdown. And just like that, in a game where Iowa's with their backup quarterback and they're playing with the second coming of Jared Lorenzen, a damn near nose tackle at quarterback, and we get put in the damn blender by Cooper DeJean. And then, maybe we can actually come score, though. We still have chance. There's still time on the clock. Noah Kim completes one of the few throws that were actually accurate. And credit to Noah Kim. He had a lot of turnovers in this game. He had a lot of overthrows, but he also damn near made some pretty good throws in this game to guys like Malik Carr before he got hurt and other guys. But the one good throw he makes, nice little screen pass to Trey Mosley, 5-yard gain. I'm thinking what's going to happen on the next play. And Trey Mosley gets absolutely annihilated, probably hurts his arm and fumbles the ball. Game over, Iowa, that's it. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, we had an opportunity. And I told you when it happened, all we had to do was not turn over the ball. That's it. Just take care of it. Don't force anything. And we could not do that. And it's frustrating. It is, especially because, not to nitpick at Noah Kim, but like the turnovers, the interceptions that he has are just so bad. They're just like, either there's nothing there, it's an overthrow, he's trying to do something that I just don't know if he has in his game. And it's just, I don't know. It was kind of a deflating loss because I think that there were so many mental errors and things that are avoidable, both with players and coaching staff, that led to a very winnable game becoming a loss. And it sucks. And I'm sorry that was very long-winded, but that is what it is.
Yeah, the truth of the situation is that this is going to be a horrible season. And
yeah.
I don't know that there should have been expectations for anything different. But at this point, like, we as Michigan State fans, I put myself in that group, need to come to terms with that. It sucks, but it is what it is.
But and also we said this was going to be like in reality, like we knew this was not going to be a good football season before everything happened.
Right.
Like, wasn't that kind of the consensus?
There was always hope, but that's the thing is this roster just wasn't very good when they had their head coach. And now they don't have their sexual deviant head coach. And there's a lot of guys who want to leave. So what are you supposed to do? Like, he built a horrible roster. The roster's still bad. The coaching staff he had is still bad. They just don't even have the guy who maybe could have given them a chance to put things together. And it's a really hard spot for everyone involved. It's easy to blame players. It's really easy to blame quarterback. My frustration with the quarterback stuff in general is just that, again, I think there's 1,000 problems with this football team. Like, the Noah Kim was horrible. He did not give them a chance to win this football game. That's true. It's also true that the two biggest reasons it went from a coin flip game to Iowa has the lead and they won the game are plays that had nothing to do with quarterback. Like Trey Mosley fumbling and the punt return had nothing to do with quarterback. So I am willing to say, truthfully, as a guy who has avoided this and been anti this the whole time, it is time to give Katin Houser the rock. And the only reason I say that is because I'm like choking. I don't think my body's ready for me to even say that. The only reason I say that is because Noah Kim has not given this team chances to win football games. And I don't know that any quarterback would. We kind of did a hypothetical of like, what if you drop the best quarterback in the country on this team? How much better does that make them? I don't know the answer to that question, but I know if Caleb Williams was on this team, they beat Iowa. I know if anybody competent was on this team, they have a better chance to beat Iowa than what Noah Kim did this week. And it's now 2 straight weeks of that. It's 2 straight weeks of sloppy, horrible turnovers. That one he made throwing left was just horrendous. Like it just like 20 yards under throws a ball right to a guy. And at the very least, you have to be more responsible. Like if you're going to be the veteran guy who's clinging to this job over a younger, more problematic guy, you can't make mistakes. You just need to not put your football team in horrible positions. And Noah Kim has not done that in 2 weeks. So look, I still don't agree with it. I don't agree with the mentality of like, hey, what are we playing for anyway? Let's play the guy with the ceiling who's going to make the mistakes. I've never agreed with that. Like, to me, that's a loser mentality. It's a bad way to approach a football season. And honestly, looking back, like, look at Auburn this week. Why aren't they playing some young guy with upside? Like, they already lost a game. Why are they trying to beat Georgia? Like, because it's football. You should try to win games if you can win games. And I think, truthfully, they thought that Noah Kim was going to give them the best chance to win games. Now we're at a point where he's not doing that. It's not about upside. It's not about some higher ceiling. It's Noah Kim isn't giving the team chances to win games the way he was supposed to. So I would move to Katin. It might be horrible. Like I truly don't believe Katin Houser's a better quarterback than Noah Kim, but I do think it's time to make the change. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. Just because, like, I think you just said it. When you put an older guy in there or like a veteran guy, this is the thing for me. I wasn't expecting Noah Kim to go out here every single week and put up like unbelievable numbers. I was a little more realistic in what I thought Noah Kim could do, but at the minimum, I thought we could avoid bad turnovers.
Yeah.
And that's what he's done up to this point. And I think other people might have been a lot harder on him. I'm not like Noah Kim can't make throws that some guys can make, and that's fine. Not every quarterback in the country can do that. But you can't not make the throws and not do things and then turn the ball over. And he did make some throws, obviously, in this game and some previous games. I think he did. I don't think he gets credit for them, but he did make some throws. But you can't turn the ball over, especially with where this team is. This team can't afford turnovers. We can't. Yeah. And they're bad turnovers. I don't mean to put like, interceptions worth more than another interception. But like it'd be another thing if he's trying to, like, I don't know, like maybe force a play or like make a 50-50 ball and his receiver doesn't make a play. That I think there's been some drops in previous games with him doing that at quarterback, but it's just like some of these interceptions are like, what are you looking at? Like, why are you throwing that ball? And, we're going to see what happens with Katin. It's kind of crazy because, Katin could come out on the first drive and go 2 for 4 with 14 yards and we're punting on a 3-and-out. But he didn't. But the discourse around it is going to be shiny new toy kind of thing. So I don't know. We'll see. It also might be unbearable if Katin's special or good, not even special, good.
I hope it happens. I truly do. I know I've come across as a very anti-Katin guy over the last couple of weeks. I truly hope that Katin takes the ball and is special. I hope it gives this football team some hope. I hope it shifts the season. It might happen. I'm not ruling that out as a possibility. I do ask, like, my one request of Michigan State football fans is that I want you to keep the same energy. Like, if Katin Houser comes in and has a Noah Kim stat line, I don't want to hear excuses made for Katin Houser that weren't made for Noah Kim. Is that fair? Is that a fair ask? Like, let's just, and maybe if he's great, we have to acknowledge and be honest that he's great and hype it up. If he comes out and throws 2 picks and goes 9 for 24, and they lose next week, I would like to assess that the way we have with Noah Kim, which is this is horrible. He's holding the team back.
On this podcast, on this Zoom, with these mics, I can promise you we will do that.
Okay, I appreciate
it. You have my word.
Yeah.
Anything else outside of that, I can't give it to you.
Yeah, it's just it's sad, man. It's frustrating because I don't know. Like my frustration point with the whole quarterback conversation still. And I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna throw a shot. Cart, can I throw a shot? Do I have your blessing to throw a shot?
Please.
I'm going to throw a shot at someone I actually really like, and we did his show, Justin Spiro. Probably my favorite in-person interview I've ever done. I'm going to throw a shot because he had a tweet that was, it was a picture of Andrew Maxwell, and he basically just said Noah Kim, Andrew Maxwell 2.0. Here's the difference. Andrew Maxwell was sabotaging a Rose Bowl-ready team. That's what Andrew Maxwell was doing. Noah Kim's not sabotaging shit except for himself. This team's horrendous. This team would be horrendous with a really good quarterback. He's not ruining things. He's only ruining his job as the starter. And look, I hope I'm wrong, you guys. I hope Katin Houser comes out and flips everything. The whole season's different, but stop it. Stop acting like quarterback is dragging this team backwards from what it would be. That's not the case. And you know what else, Cart, truthfully? Being a starting quarterback on a bad football team is a hard job. It's a shitty job, okay? When everything around you stinks, when guys drop passes, when the offensive line just makes back-to-back false starts out of timeouts on the clutchest drive of the game, when you have no protection, like, it's a really difficult job to look good as a quarterback. So, these guys haven't been put in the best spot. And has Noah Kim failed? Yeah, it's time to give the keys to someone else. But the discourse from Michigan State fans around Noah Kim is the reason for this, or he's holding the team back, is just ridiculous to me. And if I'm wrong, I'll say it next week. But I think it's going to be really hard for Katin to look like an upgrade. And he deserves his chance. We'll see what happens. But just stop it. Just be excited for Katin. That's fine. Don't drag Noah Kim under the bus like this team should be 4-1 if they had a competent quarterback. It's not the case.
Yeah. Also, if Katin balls out these last couple of games, he'll be in Tallahassee next year.
That's sad, but it's probably true.
Like, won't he?
It's
he'll take over for, if he's nasty in these 6 games, he'll be with DeBoer.
As long as if you get Elko, as long as he brings broken Riley Leonard with him, then I guess we don't care, But I don't know. Weird transitional time. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I just don't like it feels like the Michigan State football fans I actually love in my life are taking some things out on me, and I don't like that. You got a little mad at me via text this weekend. I don't even get what I did. I
didn't get mad at you.
My boy Tej was just coming after me. I wasn't even watching the game. And Tej just sending texts we know you're not a Michigan State fan. I hadn't tweeted anything. I hadn't even watched the game. I'm like, dog, what's going on here? I'm just
probably the Peyton Thorne first quarter hype up tweet.
Okay, seriously, was Thorne not good?
Yeah, he was good.
He was good this week.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to still hate him?
He wanted to leave, so I'm not messing with him.
Okay. That's fine, but it wasn't meant to troll. It truly wasn't. He played well. They had a chance to beat Georgia.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Do you wish Peyton Thorne was still on Michigan State?
I think he's better than the 2 guys they've got. I guess I don't know.
That's not even a dickhead question. He actually might be.
I don't
know Kim. I know that.
I don't know that I wish he's back. I don't. It's like Hunter. Do I want Hunter Dickinson back? I don't know. And Hunter's a way better player. Hunter's a way better.
You sure you don't want Hunter Dickinson back?
This what I'm Hunter Dickinson's way better at his job than Peyton Thorne is at his. But Hunter's clearly better than Terrace Reed. Do I want Hunter back? I don't know. He doesn't want to be here. Peyton Thorne's clearly better than Noah Kim. And I think he's, in my opinion, you're going to say we haven't seen it. I think we have all evidence that he's better than Katin Houser. So do I want that guy back? Do I want the guy that just ran for 100 yards against Georgia? Yes, in theory, I think that makes Michigan State a better football team. Do I want him back? I don't know. That's for other people to decide. But I don't get why people are upset with me for being damn, Peyton Thorne hooped today. He did. They were beating Georgia most of the game. That's crazy.
But why did you say that Peyton Thorne was hooping?
Because he was hooping. Are we not allowed to talk about it?
No, but it's just it's interesting. I don't know. Can I go through your timeline and you talking about other people who are hooping? Other people have good days. That was just a game you were watching?
The majority of the online fans on this told me that Peyton Thorne was the worst guy in the room. That's what I was told. Were we not told that for months?
I mean, yeah, in some circles, some people said that, yeah.
Okay. I don't victory lapping a 7-point loss to Georgia where he ran for 100 yards was a wild move. And then some personal shots from Tej. Wild move. That's all I'm saying.
You and Tej have some things to talk about this week.
You and I have some things to talk about. You were upset with me too.
Because I just wanted to take a shot as my team was trying to rally at halftime of Kinnick, and you two were going at it.
I don't know. I'm truly just going to remove myself. But the concept of I'm not a Michigan State football fan is just false. I am Michigan. This sucks. I'm just real about it. It sucks. What are you supposed to do? This team sucks. whoop-de-doo. Like, they still got to play Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State. They got 3 losses. What are we supposed to do?
You said Kate. No, you're one of us.
I'm-
that's what the discourse is going to be.
I am Team Katin this week. He deserves the rock. Let's see what he's got. I hope he's great.
Him being good also will lead to probably 0 wins too.
Why?
Because his team is bad.
I don't know. According to some, quarterbacks held this team back.
No, I'm saying like these were the winnable games. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I don't know. I feel like the Iowa game was a winnable game. Home against Maryland, I guess. I don't know, but it's home against Maryland. I don't really see any other wins moving forward. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. At least it's exciting. Like, I am more excited to watch the team to see what Katin Houser does than anything else. Hopefully it goes well. A Michigan State win would do wonders for morale. Maybe my friends would like me again if that happens. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll see what happens. Let's go.